12:20 KHDS. This is Randall Winter. Welcome back. Thank you, Kyle. I know I messed that one up a little earlier.
That was good. No, you're getting better.
Jerry came in here and gave me a dirty look, but okay, sorry, we'll get it right. AM 1220 KHDS. We're with Jeff Brown from NB Landscape and John Fortman, LBW Insurance. Thank you guys for coming here today. So, Jeff, we're talking about startup standalone fountains, I should say. Standalone fountains. And let's go back to that. The maintenance on that. You want to talk a little more on that?
Just so listeners can get a visual, a standalone fountain might be something that you get from a garden center, a statuary store, things like that. And you typically see these. They're usually made out of concrete or some sort of ceramic
Precast,
material. Yeah, precast that are here. And those are standalone that you can put on. They have some... They have a place, and we certainly do use those. But I always let people know, I said, the one thing with standalones is that there's no filtration, which means that you have to then essentially empty that water out, change it, add something to keep the algae down. And they're also powered by what seems to be a very small plastic pump. Yeah. And those pumps don't last very long. So you typically have to replace that. There's some more maintenance that goes with it. They're inexpensive to put in. You can use them in a lot of places, but there's a maintenance component that goes with it. When we compare those to, let's say, pondless waterfalls, you don't have to worry about those. The pumps are durable. They're long-lasting. That will last for years and years. All you simply have to do is either turn it on or put it on a timer, and it will come on, and you enjoy the water that goes through there. We don't have algae issues with it. We don't have moss growing, because literally when the pond is turned off, there is no water flowing and no standing water. So no moss or algae will grow. You don't have to clean it. You don't have to chemically treat it. You don't have to do anything with it. And for elements, for instance, like a pond with a waterfall. Now that might be where you have koi, where you have your aquatic plants. So you've got your water lilies, you've got all the other aquatic plants that are going along with it. That creates an environment that does require filtration. And there's many ways to filter water. The path that we've chosen and that we've used successfully for years and years is where we try to work with nature, not against it. And we prefer the kind of filtration that doesn't require a lot of chemical additives. It really does not. And so it's a very natural approach to this. What I describe to clients is that it's very natural, and occasionally you're going to see some algae that grows. You might have some string algae. The water can very easily be kept crystal clear. I mean, if you take a clear glass, you dip it in that water, and you hold it up like the pond in my backyard, it's perfectly clear water. It's beautiful.
That's
here.
Great.
And we have very low maintenance with it. I mean, the highest maintenance that we have with my pond that we've had for years, and it isn't even maintenance, it's feeding the fish. And we only feed the fish during the warm months of the year. All winter, they don't get fed a bit. Because
you're kidding.
No, they're cold-blooded animals. And if you feed them in the winter and it's too cold out, their metabolism slows down. They will eat the food, but it will not digest in their stomach, and you can actually make them sick. So when the water temperature cools down, you're below 50 degrees, we don't feed them at all. And
how long does that go on?
Until it warms up again.
Really?
Until it warms up. So all winter.
Low maintenance fish.
And you want to, and you know, also people.
What about the kids? We got any kids like that? No.
Yeah, well,
you got to chill them.
I'll tell you what. If you don't feed them all winter, they'll be low maintenance in the spring. That's for sure. But
John, as you insurance problem there, I can tell.
But you know, when you take a look at ponds and just the hobby of people who like fish, and I've got to say, of all the kinds of things we build in the outdoor environment, with all the planting and the trees and the shrubs and the lighting and just the beautiful spaces we have built, the spaces that continually give us the most gratitude and our clients love the most are the ones that create ponds, that have ponds with fish. There's something magical about the water, the movement, the energy that's with it. People love it.
Well, and you know, it's kind of a good thing my wife isn't listening to this, because I know for sure that phone over at NB Landscape would be ringing off the hook. She'd be, come on out here, Jeff. We need to get that maintenance-free pond.
Well, you can have the maintenance free, but certainly if you want the pond and the koi, it's low maintenance. And it's more, if it becomes a hobby, it becomes a lot of fun to have out there. And you want to know something? Kids love it. They absolutely do. But just seeing not only the fish, but seeing the birds and the butterflies and what else that nature brings in here, it's a beautiful addition to bring into your backyard.
Yeah, it's real peaceful, I'll tell you that. Okay, thank you, Jeff Brown, NB Landscape. Those of you that are listening to Jeff talk, if you're like me, you probably want to give him a call right now at 286-8888. Is that correct?
Thanks, Randall.
I got that down. Okay. AM 1220, KHTS. This is Randall Winter with Randall Winter Construction, and my other guest is John Fortman from LBW Insurance. Thank you so much for coming out, John.
Thank you for having me,
and
Randall.
Jeff, again, thank you. I look forward to having you out again. That was great. Hope you enjoyed it and gleaned something from this other than our little antidotes that we probably could have kept ourselves. Like Debbie says, keep it in your head, and I didn't. Sorry. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks, Carl.
Oh,